that stays right.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what Brian said. Brian. You want lumber. Ball on this side. Yep. That's great. Thank you.
Okay, if we could have everyone take their seats. Also, we're going to need to clear out here. We'll get going momentarily. The commissioner will make brief remarks. We'll bring up Coach Reed for a photo with the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And then we'll bring up Patrick Mahones, MVP, for a photo. We will take questions, handheld mics from the audience. Take their seats.
Okay, good morning again. Once again, last night's game was a thrill for everybody watching it. I'll let Coach and Patrick tell you about whether it was a thrill playing in it and coaching in it. But it really was an extraordinary performance, really, by both teams. And as I said last night, reflective of our 2022 season. Incredible competition all year, and the Super Bowl was every bit of that and reflective of that great season. So congratulations to the Chiefs and their fans. Coach Reid has put himself in the highest regard. He always was, but now with 2 Super Bowl victories and a clear future Hall of Famer, hopefully that'll be a few years off because I want Coach to continue to stay in coaching. But what a wonderful job he's done, and couldn't happen to a better man. So, Coach, come on up and get your trophy one more time.
Well, listen, it never gets old standing right here. This is a great tribute to the National Football League, a great tribute to the Kansas City Chiefs. That game last night was a heck of a game. I know Philly's hanging their head a little bit, but nobody really lost. I mean, it was 2 great teams playing each other and 2 great cities. So I'm fond of my time there, and I'm fond of my time that I've had in Kansas City. The people have been phenomenal. The organization that Clark Hunt's put together has been tremendous. The coaching staff, the players. We've got Pat Mahones over here that's going to talk to you. Phenomenal leadership in the front office with Mark Donovan, Brett Veach. So it's a good, solid organization, and with good, solid people. And I appreciate that. Having been kind of the elder statesman, I appreciate all that they do to keep me young. Anyways, that's time. Yours. Are we opening this up to questions?
Yes, we are. We'll
Okay.
begin here in the front with Adam Hunter, ESPN.
All right.
Microphone.
You answered the question last night about next season, but what about longer term? What's your, not holding you to it, but what's your longer term plan?
Yeah, you know what, Adam? I know I got asked that a lot, and I wasn't really expecting to, but I didn't put much thought into all that. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I've got this guy over here that is a pretty good player. So I mean, we're doing okay.
Other questions? We have handheld mics. Raise your hand, please. Go over here in the middle. Name and outlet, please.
Hi, Andy. Sunny Upel from The Sun in the UK. Andy, you had 2 players yesterday who became fathers. Obviously, one's not here. Have you spoken to them at all, how they handled the emotion of the day?
Yeah, my sons, you're saying?
No. 2 players on the offense who became fathers yesterday.
Oh,
so Nick
yes.
in the
No,
morning.
I
and
did.
then...
Yeah, fathers. Yes. Yes, I did talk to them. They're very happy, and congratulations to them and their girls there. Yeah.
Question in the back. Herbie.
Good morning, Coach. I'm going to stand up for you since you told me to stand up yesterday.
All right, Herbie.
How much transition, I mean, obviously you're going to transition to the business side of football here after you get back to Kansas City, but how much transition are you anticipating with your coaching staff, maybe Eric Bieniemy moving on?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Eric Bieniemy has been tremendous for us, and I think is tremendous for the National Football League, and I'm hoping he has an opportunity to go somewhere and do his thing where he can run the show and be Eric Bieniemy. And then after that, I don't know. I mean, I don't know who is going to go. I always wish our guys the best of luck and opportunity. That's what all of them deserve. They work hard, and if they can get a promotion somewhere that I can't give them, more power to them.
We'll go with a couple more. Mitchell Brock.
Morning, Coach. Mitchell Brock, KCAA. First of all, congratulations on number 2.
Thank you.
Secondly, on the final drive last night, what went into the decision to play for the field goal as opposed to just punching it in?
Yeah, so we term that church mode, and Patrick relays that. We relay it to Patrick. Patrick relays it to the huddle. You know, we knew they didn't have timeouts. We knew we could run the clock down to 8 seconds if we did it right, and still stay within that 5-6 yard area where your field goal percentages are 99%, and we've got a good field goal kicker. So, and then you don't really give them much of an opportunity to get the ball back. So we practice this. We practice it every Friday. You don't get to use it very often, but on the biggest stage, we were able to use that, yeah.
Okay, we have one more question. We'll go back to Adam from ESPN.
Andy, it seems like you enjoy the grind of your job, for better or for worse, more than you ever have. The X's and O's, the dealing with young men. Is that true? Do you feel that way, and why or why not?
Yeah, well, I do enjoy that part of it. That's the fun part of it. I enjoy having the coaches that I have that I can interact with on both sides of the ball, and but I spend more time with the offensive guys, and to be able to come up and create things with them, and they're as much of the creating process as I am. So the Joe Blameyers, I mean, the names go on, Greg Lewis, David Girardi, Corey Matei. I mean, these guys love getting in and going. And Tom Melvin, who's been with me since he was a player at San Francisco State, I mean, always comes up with one or two things, a week. And so, and then the phenomenal job that Andy Heck does with the offensive line. And if I'm missing somebody, it's a great group of young guys, and they're smart, and I enjoy being around them.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Okay, to the Pete Rozelle Trophy winner, MVP, Patrick Mahomes, all the incredible accomplishments. Beyond the accomplishments on the field, he's one of those great young men that you're so proud of. The things he does off the field even exceed the amazing things he does on the field. He's joined an incredibly elite group. He is among a very small group of quarterbacks or players that have won the Super Bowl MVP multiple times. I think he's now in a very elite group with respect to winning the Super Bowl MVP and the MVP of the NFL in the same season. I believe all of the other winners of those two in the same season are all Hall of Famers, which tells you a little bit of where Patrick Mahomes is going. And he's only 27 years old. So we are just extraordinarily proud of him, and he deserves this trophy and deserves a Super Bowl championship. So, Patrick, come on up.
Got that? Not as heavy as the
Yeah, I just want to first off, taking in this whole year and everything that's came with it, man. I just wanted to thank my teammates. It was a heck of a run. We started out in OTAs in Dallas, Texas, then went to Kansas City, to St. Joe's, And then we ended up back here in AZ, man, winning the Super Bowl. And so I just want to thank my teammates, all the hard work they put in, my coaches, Coach Reed, and all the coaches that helped me be who I am, the Chiefs organization, and my family for supporting me every day. It's been an amazing run these last 5-6 years, and let's keep it rolling. So with that, it's y'all.
We have questions, handheld mics. Let's go front, Adam again.
Hey, Patrick, take us through what your offseason might look like because of the ankle. Are you going to be able to do a Texas thing again, or OTAs? You feel like you'll be ready to go? Take us through the offseason in that regard.
Yeah, I think I'll for sure be ready for OTAs and everything like that. Obviously, we'll have to continue the rehab, continue the treatment that we were doing, and just give it some rest. I mean, I think the best thing for it is going to be rest, and just try to make sure that when we get to OTAs, I'm ready to go. The only thing that might take a hit is my golf game, so I'll have to take a few weeks off of that.
We have a question in the middle.
Hey, Patrick, at what point did the ankle bother you the most? And was there a play that, afterwards you were saying, I don't know if I can go the next time?
The only time that it had the real, I don't even know what to say, the real hurt of the ankle was when I got tackled, it kind of rolled to the outside a little bit. And once you have that high ankle sprain, when any little tweak like that happens, it just really magnifies it. So that was, I mean, coming into the game, I felt way better than I did in the Cincinnati game, and obviously that happens there, and luckily we were able to get in at halftime and get some new tape on there and some movement to try to get some mobility back. And then I think we talked about it with my offensive line. They protected me enough where I was able to sit in there and make the throws. So it was something that I was going to play through, but I'm glad I get a little bit of rest on it now.
Sam Farmer.
Patrick, Sam Farmer, LA Times. Can you walk us through the touchdowns to Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore, just that fake motion and what made that so effective?
Yeah, I think Coach Reed and Coach Bieniemy and all the offensive coaches, they had a good feel for how they passed off their motions. They're really good at passing off motions going across the field, and so we knew that since they didn't have that guy staying in man coverage on the guy that did motion, that we would have a chance of maybe getting a little outflank where we could get it to the guy in the end zone. And the first one, it was a great call. It wasn't even set up for that situation by Coach Reed and Coach Bieniemy, and calling it in that situation to get the touchdown. And the second one, we actually messed up the formation a little bit, but we were able to still utilize the play, just to how the play worked. And I think y'all saw me look to the right first, then look back to the left because Sky was probably supposed to be on the other side. But he was able to do the motion and get in the end zone. And so at the end of the day, his first touchdown is going to be in the Super Bowl. So, I mean, that's going to be a memory he can have.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. Congratulations, Patrick. I know you have a lot of responsibilities in terms of appearances you're going to have to make, including a trip to Disneyland. What's the first thing you're going to do, though, once you get back home?
Yeah, once I get back home, I'm supposed to spend that time with my family. I haven't got to even see my son yet because he was asleep by the time I got home yesterday. So spend that time with them and my daughter and enjoy it with them. And then it's going to be Parade Wednesday, and we'll enjoy it as a team, I'm sure. And I'm sure the Chiefs Kingdom will be out there. So I'm always excited to be there with them. And it'll be a heck of a run, man. Draft's in Kansas City as well. And so we'll get to really enjoy this Super Bowl win.
We'll go two more. Carlton.
Yeah, so one of my favorite storylines through the whole Super Bowl here has been the two black quarterbacks and then two black fathers. So can you talk about the principles, the morals that your father instilled in you to help you get to this stage, and also what morals and principles you'd like to pass on to your kids?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing my dad instilled in me was to follow your dream. He said, no matter how it looks, follow your dream and work your tail off and have no regrets on how you work to get to that dream. And then I think second would just be a great man. It was those two things that he always talked to me about was how can you follow your dream to achieve that dream, and how can you be a great man while you do it. And so that was something that was instilled in me at a young age by my dad, and it's something that I want to instill in my daughter and my son is how can y'all be great people that make this earth a better place whenever y'all leave it.
Last question. Bring us home, Irving.
Hey, Patrick, congratulations on the MVP award and also winning the Super Bowl. Last night you mentioned that you were aware of some of the critics during the offseason about the Chiefs team. How often do you keep receipts, of that kind of stuff, like a Michael Jordan, and how much of that stuff pushes you?
Yeah, it's hard not to hear that stuff, especially in today's age and social media and everything like that. And so you hear how not good we're going to be, and all you can do is prove it on the football field. I'm not a guy that's going to respond and say stuff back to people or anything like that on social media. I'm just going to go out there and prove it on the football field. And once you do that, there's nothing they can really say. And so we had a new team, man. A lot of young players. Brett Veach did a great job of getting a lot of great players that contributed for us in this game, especially. And I said it before the year, and I'll always say, as long as Andy Reid's coaching us, we're always going to have a chance. So I'll keep the big guy around a couple more years at least, and we'll try to be back in this game as many times as possible.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, everyone. Safe travels.